ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, GCW Homecoming Day 2 review. This show, just like the New Japan Impact Wrestling multi-person matches, was both yesterday. Got those finished up today. Going to get the reviews up. So, Homecoming weekend, Day 1 and Day 2. Overall, good weekend. We had some really good matches. We had some feuds that are going to carry on. We actually had title changes. So you had a little bit of everything. We started this off with Brayden Toon versus Tony Deppen, the Gatekeeper. He returned at night 1 of Homecoming. Brayden Toon, he's actually an independent wrestler. I've watched him in New South a little bit. Very talented, but going up against one of the best in GCW, Tony Deppen. Tony Deppen ended up getting the victory here. Ended up giving it 2 3/4. The match was about 8 minutes long. Next up, we had a 8-person intergender tag match. We had the Brat Pack, part of New South, Brogan, Finlay. Then we had Leon Slater joining them. He's from the UK. We've seen him a lot in GCW lately. Going up against Marcus Mathers and Starboy Charlie. We kind of see him a little bit of everywhere. Then representing GCW was Thrunt. Yep. Think about what it stands for. Think about who's in it. Thrunt. Replace the first couple. Yep, you all get it. Allie, Katch, Sheik, Effy, and Sawyer. This match was fun, and it's the best way to describe it. The Brat Pack are just a bunch of brats, basically. Talented as hell, but this match was good, clean, fun. Thrunt ended up getting the victory, ended up giving it 3-star. Next up, we had the cutest one in the room, part of the MDK gang, Maki Itoh. Where's my fucking gang at? I love when she does that. She did not bring her pizza cutter to the ring with her. Going up against Becca, making her GCW debut. She really hoped that Maki Itoh had a pizza cutter. Kept it from last night, but she didn't. Becca making her debut again in GCW. 9-minute match. It was an okay match. Maki Itoh getting the victory. Ended up giving it 2 3/4. Becca's uber talented, just very green in the ring. Next up, we had a Lucha Libre match. We get these dream matches that you didn't realize you wanted until you get them. They're like, oh, wow, can't wait to see that. Komander versus Dragon Kid. Yeah, Dragon Kid is an uber talented Lucha Libre star out of AAA that you don't really see in the US a lot. Going up against Komander, who we've seen GCW, we've seen him in AEW. The man can walk the ropes like no other, and he did, and he does flips off the middle of the ropes. He will run across the top rope, do a springboard into whatever move you can come up with, and on the outside. And that's literally what these two guys spots. 3.5-star match, 12 minutes of spots. Komander getting the victory there. Next up, we had the GCW World Heavyweight title on the line. We had a champion of Billy Christian going up against Masha Slamovich. Remember, Billy Christian won that #1 contender match back in Janela Spring Break 7. Cashed in at Cage Your Survival. Masha had a war with Rina Yamashita. Blake came down at the very end, cashed in, got the 1, 2, 3, won the title. Has been taunting Masha since. Masha had her chance at revenge here, but we had Steph DeLander come out, interrupt the count, got involved, cost Masha Slamovich the victory. Blake Christian in his heel tactics got the victory. So something's going to go down between Masha and Steph DeLander coming up. Who's Blake Christian's next opponent going to be? We don't know, but this was an 18-minute match. Ended up giving it 3.5. I hated the fact that Steph DeLander got involved, because she's really trash to me, but whatever. We'll see where this goes. Next up, we had one of them weird matches. It was a 4-way 12-man tag match. So literally, it was a 4-way trios match. So we had the team of Arez, Gringo, Loco, and Cartwheel going up against Alec Price, Cole Radrick, the Ratty Daddy, Shane Mercer versus Jimmy Lloyd and Los Macizos, Ciclope and Miedo Extremo versus Dante Leon, Joey Janela, and Ninja Mack. So literally we had 4 trios of people just flying out of the ring and then wrestling all over ringside. That's literally what this match was. It was chaos, but it was fun chaos. And the team of Arez, Gringo, Loco, and Jack Cartwheel getting the victory. I ended up giving it 3 3/4. It ended up being a match of the night for me because it was so chaotic. It was so comical that it was fun. Next up, we had Haley Dillon making her GCW debut. She was supposed to be on the JCW show, but her opponent ended up being sick and not being able to be there. She went up against Santana Jackson. Not a big fan of Santana Jackson. The character he plays is Michael Jackson, basically. And if Michael Jackson was a wrestler, he's not that good, I don't think. I've seen him in, where did I see him? That one company. Wow, I can't think of the name of it now. Ooh, didn't it come? No, it's not going to come up. There's no hyperlink to his name. Wow. I'm going to find that company now. Pro Wrestling Magic. That's the name of the company I've seen him at. So yeah, I mean, he's okay, I guess. I ended up giving this match 2-star, and Santana Jackson got the victory. Just not my cup of tea. Next up, we had the GCW tag titles on the line. We had the East-West Express, Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne, defending titles versus a couple of Freedoms wrestlers. Freedoms is a hardcore deathmatch company out of Japan. Suzuki and Toro Segura. Well, because of Violento Jack, who is Mexican, he decided to team with the Japanese to come out and end up basically stealing the titles away from East-West Express. So the GCW tag titles have been taken hostage by Suzuki and Segura. They won the match, but they had help from Violento Jack, and because of that, they end up taking these titles back to Japan. Well, there's going to be Nick Gage came out to attack because they were attacking East-West Express. John Wayne Murdoch came out. We're going to have basically war games in Art of War in New Japan versus GCW, or Freedoms versus GCW coming up over the next couple months. So I think the tag titles will be involved in that. So that's actually going to be one hell of a fun time to see that. We've seen it before, GCW, and just you get some of these deathmatch guys in a war games match, craziness happens. But yeah, we have new GCW tag champions, part of Freedoms. So Violento Jack, who helped them win, he had a main event match for the GCW Ultraviolet title versus Rina Yamashita. What I love about this is normally you have a wall there between a matches like this so they can set up for these ultraviolet matches, bring the panes of glass out, bring all the tubes out, bring everything out. Well, we went from the tag titles, he got involved, Gage came out, Murdoch came out, Rena came out, we started the match. No weapons at ringside really, so they started bringing stuff out. You know, people bringing stuff out, they're using it as they're bringing it out. Just like we had in night one, this got violent. But you know what? It is the GCW Ultraviolet Championship. We had tube usage. We had glass panes. What I love about some of this is when we use these weapons the right way. What I mean by the right way is we're not just standing there hitting each other with tubes. We're using a glass. We set the glass up between the chairs. We put the door on the bottom, literally on the canvas, and you put your opponent through the glass onto the door. And then you pile the glass and you actually take a chair and rake the glass and put their face in it. So you're using the weapons, the glass, the tubes, the whatever, as moves basically. You're not just, it's kind of like a ladder match when you use the ladder properly. You got to use the weapons and the stuff properly. The gusset plates, you got to use the stuff in a proper way. You can't just do it. You got to, you flow into it, you know, like it makes sense to put them through the glass, you pin them, okay, that didn't work. Now you're raking the glass up, you put their face in the glass, you try to pin, that didn't work, okay. Now you get the glass there, you'll do some type of high spot move where you slam them on the glass, or you try to come off the top rope and put them through a piece of glass, okay, and that's, you kind of filter that, the weapons and the moves. That's what they did here. Rina Yamashita retaining her Ultraviolet Championship, which is pretty cool. She is very ultra violent. 20-minute match almost. End up giving that bad boy 3.5. There's a couple spots it's like, is that really needed? Is that, you know, just, I can hit you with a 2, you're gonna hit me with a 2. I hit that's whatever, you know. So 3.5. Really on the death match, I won't go really much above 4 on death matches. On normal matches, I go to 5 and that's it. But on death matches, I kind of bring that down a little bit because there is other things involved versus moves. There are the weapons, the kind of shot, you know, the shocking moments. That is GCW Homecoming 2, day 2. So day 1's already up on Robert Sports Show. Check that out. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.